Recently, I had a previous client of mine come to me and say, hey Matt, you know what? Our kids are about to graduate from high school. We're just sick of taking care of the yard. I think we're ready to start looking so we can downsize. And I run into this situation quite a bit. I get people that call me when their kids are graduating in high school and they are just ready to get rid of that big house and get into something smaller. And trust me, I completely understand. I think a lot of times there's several reasons that people want to do this. Many times it's because they don't want to have to deal with cleaning the house and they don't want to have to mow the yard. They're just ready to be done with that kind of stuff and move on to a different part of their life. And then I think sometimes it's financial. I think that people have equity in their home and they might want to take it out and use it when they sell it to pay off some debt and just do some things that can kind of give them a fresh start. So I understand that as well. And then sometimes people just want to move. They just want to change, something different. They've been in the same house with the kids and they're ready for something different. And so their best option is like, hey, we're getting older. We can't get anything bigger. So let's downsize. So the reason I wanted to talk about this today is because I just want to make sure you think this through and make the right decision. So when you move, there are going to be a lot of costs. Closing costs, if you get a loan, closing costs can be really significant. And here in my area, you're probably going to be paying at least $400,000, $500,000 even for a home that you're downsizing to, or a townhome even. So your closing costs are going to be $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. That's a lot of money. Then you have moving costs. If you just hire movers, that's going to cost $2,000 or $3,000. Then you have utility costs to change everything and open up new accounts if that's needed, or fees to turn on utilities. That costs you money. There's money just getting the house ready. You need to get it cleaned and painted. And there's just a lot of time and effort. I know a lot of you, like I was saying, are wanting to maybe downsize so you don't have to deal with the yard or with cleaning the house. But for the money you're going to spend on all the costs to move, you could just hire somebody to help with that stuff. I mean, I tell people, just hire a cleaner 6 times a year. Hire someone to mow just 50% of the time. And that right there is not going to cost you nearly as much as moving, and it should alleviate some of that pain that you're feeling from having to do those things. So that's something I want you to think about. The next thing is, what if you have grandchildren? Don't you want a house that's big enough where your kids can come back with their kids and everybody can stay there on the holidays and there's plenty of space if people want to spend the night, and your kitchen is big enough so everybody can fit? I just think if you throw in the towel right when your kids graduate from high school, it's a little bit too soon. You still got life left in you. I want you to enjoy yourself. So that's something, just think about that. The holidays, when you have grandkids and your kids come back, maybe your kids go to college out of state. Don't you want them to have a place that they can come back to? What about when they graduate college? A lot of times kids need a place to come when they graduate from college just to get up on their feet. And I think it's nice if you keep your existing house that has all that space upstairs that you won't be using. At least it's going to be there for your kids and your grandkids. And I think that's really important. And then the last thing is just like your emotional well-being. I mean, really think this through. Why are you downsizing? Are you going to miss your house? Just remember, we're creatures of habit, and you've come to know your house and your neighbors and everything about your neighborhood. When you switch to, let's say, a townhome, for example, you don't know who's going to be next door to you. You've got walls that are attached to 2 other units on each side. I mean, what if they're loud? What if they're obnoxious? What if you just don't get along with them? I bet you would regret your decision. And those things are hard to know. We can't know what your neighbors are gonna be like. And don't forget, you're still gonna have to clean that new place, even if it is smaller. So I just want you guys to think about that. I recommended to my friend that he hold off on downsizing because of those reasons right there. I think shut the upstairs down, shut the AC down upstairs, and just live downstairs. Do that for like a year. Hire somebody to mow, hire cleaners to help downstairs. Like I said, 6 times a year, just to kind of pick up where you think you might be slacking a little bit. Get a little taste of the downsizing life, but in your current home. I think you'll find in the long run that you'll be glad that you did it, especially when your kids start having grandchildren and you get to open that that upstairs up again, and they have places to sleep and a playroom and all that stuff. All right, guys, if you still want to sell your home and downsize, I completely understand. Go ahead and visit workwithmatt.com and sign up for a 15-minute phone consultation, and we can talk about your options. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.